Hello and welcome. Sorry about that little interruption there at the beginning. It didn't want to connect. No. Well, I suppose that's YouTube for you. Well, it's true that there is a meeting to be held. A meeting to be held in the United Kingdom by ambassadors from 27 countries in the EU. It used to be 28, apparently. Yeah. Still a whole load of numpties. Put that cross in the wrong box that they did. Well, ambassadors from 27 EU member states. They're going to gather, they are, at a secret location in England. Later this month for private talks. No, it's not. No, considering they're actually meeting at a beach. Yeah, at the coast. No, it's not a nudist beach. It's not that private. No. It's about post-Brexit talks. It's about our post-Brexit relationship. That's apparently what they want to talk about. They're not going to be going for a swim because it's not advisable, no, because you could gurgle on the turd. Since we're pumping all that poop into our rivers and seas. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a lovely Saturday. I just thought I'd do a random stream. I want to do more of these, so hopefully it goes okay. Apart from the beginning, it went a bit wrong. So I have to trim that off. Well, the EU delegation to the United Kingdom, well, they're already there, actually, because they're ambassadors, aren't they? So they should already be there. Well, they're all going to be meeting up, they are. And they'll organise the first ever EU Heads of Mission retreat. Ooh. Now, it's going to be on the 28th and the 29th of April. We don't know where it is yet, no, but I'm sure we're going to find out at some point. Well, yeah, we'll keep your ear to the ground. Well, the event is to be hosted by the EU ambassador, Pedro Serrano, in a Grand Manor house. On the South Coast, Grand Manor houses. Do you know one? Maybe. I hope they're not going to, just for their own sake, I just hope they're not going to be going for a swim. It's a really bad idea. You know, it's like a public toilet. It is. Oh, horrible, horrible thought. Anyway, so London-based ambassadors and high commissioners of the EU member states, they have been invited to this retreat. And it's described as, in the invitation, with sort of an informal setting, apparently. Informal settings are going to be in the jeans. With an overnight stay. To exchange ideas and debate common, challenges. Red tape, maybe. Maybe. Dover, maybe. Oh, I didn't realise that Dover was so important. You know, the Dover and Carrick crossing. Oh, yeah, that was Dominic Raab, who just resigned. I suppose he said he was going to. But I bet he got pushed, to be fair. Well, there are common challenges, as we know. All this red tape for a start. Well, it's not something that can just be brushed to one side. No. Well, a spokesperson for the delegation said that further invites have been handed to the UK-based think tanks. I'm wondering now, is Mark Francois going to be there from the ERG? They're kind of like a non-thinking think tank. Spartans. They wear spandex. That's what they do. Well, so the UK based think tank, I just, you know, that gets me. It really does get me. That they give all these things, these names of grandeur, like the ERG, European Research Group, but they don't do any research in Europe. They ain't got a clue how it all works. So it's pretty obvious. Think tanks. They call themselves think tanks, but they don't think. Tufton Street, for instance, is full of them. Well. Anyway, there's no British government officials or politicians going to be there. No. Rishi Sunak has been ostracised. Just like he was by Joe Biden. Yeah. He spent quite a bit of time in Ireland, did he? Not so much in Northern Ireland, and very little time, maybe a coffee, with Rishi Sunak. And Rishi Sunak, he looked so happy, did he? Like, you know, sand and sandpaper. Well, anyway, he was really happy. That was like pig and shit. That's it. Oh, yeah, that's what he was. Well, unfortunately, in the UK, the pig industry isn't doing too well either. You might have heard. Specialist breeds of pigs, they're dwindling fast. Because the mainstream pigs are also dwindling fast. They're not doing too too well as the pig industry, the farmers, what have you, in the UK. They have to export their pigs to be re-imported in packets. Doesn't make a lot of sense. We didn't used to do it before Brexit, but we have to do it now. Oh dear, I wonder why that is. Is it because we've pretty much pulled up that drawbridge to all those nice little EU workers? Helping us they were, helping our economy, but no, our economy is dwindling fast. And our debt has been covering up the fact that our economy's been dwindling. Public services have been propped up. So maybe, if this meeting goes well, between the ambassadors and not Richie Sunak, maybe things could change for the better. Now, where's that tumbleweed? When you need it. Anyway, so a group of envoys had asked Serrano, who's the head EU ambassador, shortly after his arrival in London last year, for more opportunities to discuss the issues of common interest, arguing their current system of 1 hour meetings every fortnight. Well, it's just not enough time to really, to mull over what needs to be done. When I say mutual interests, they mean mutual interests of the EU, obviously. How can we suck the blood out of the United Kingdom a little bit more? Now, you might not have seen it, but Michel Barnier, he was naughty. And Guy Verhofstadt, he was also naughty. He was. They were in a little secret meeting themselves before Brexit, with the negotiations and stuff. We're doing the negotiations, and they were saying we need to hold Northern Ireland and use Northern Ireland to get a better, get a deal in our favour, for which they did. Clever little buggers, really. So what happens? They didn't vote for it, did they? No. You probably didn't either. Whole load of numpties did, though, didn't they? They put the cross in the wrong box. If you're wondering what my attire, I've been planting trees. Yeah, lots of trees. I've got to be dreaming trees. I am. Trees and birds. Flappy birds, that is, yeah. That's what I'll be dreaming. And signs. Anyway. So, the invite of nods at this request, stating that the retreat serves as a networking and team building event. They're going to be doing exercises. They're going to play Dodge the Turd at the beach, probably. Something like that, maybe. So it isn't a slurry. Won't be long, None of this will be a problem. It won't be long before, there'll be a bridge. A bridge supported by shit. We're filling the channel that we are. We'll walk across soon, at low tide. Won't be long. No. 3 more shits and that'll do the job, I reckon. Anyway, so ambassadors have welcomed the timing, apparently, of this particular initiative, a meeting up after the UK and the EU finally agreed on Richie Sunak's little, he was so happy, weren't he? His little half-mast trousers. He's so cute and cuddly, his old little Richie Sunak. You just want to take him home, don't you? No, okay, maybe not. Well, his Windsor framework. Yeah. We had Theresa May's deal. And then we got Boris Johnson's deal, which was a little bit worse. And then we got actually there's another one in between. What was the name? We were like shit passing a night. Oh, that's it, Liz Truss. The lettuce. Yeah, such a disgrace it was. Well, quite nondescript, really. She didn't really do anything that was going to help the country. Just destroyed it, really, even more than it already is. And then Richie Sunak's made a deal a little bit better. A little bit. It's still pretty shit. Yeah, but what else can you do? It's either that or just brush into one side. The Good Friday Agreement is like, it doesn't really matter. Duh, I think it does. Well, that's exactly what Reform UK wants to do. Richard Leis, that's what he wants to do. Just brush it away as though it's nothing. Because he wants to brush away the Trade and Cooperation Agreement. He doesn't want a trade deal, he just wants to brush away. We can solve all our problems by just walking away. Well, that's only going to create a whole load of new problems. The man's a numpty. Anyone who supports that madness, they've definitely got a screw loose. They should be sectioned. Look at that Alex woman. Well, she calls herself the Alex woman. On Twitter, she does. Oh, she's a complete and utter screwball. She just lost it completely. Oh, I think she's only got 2 dresses. Keeps seeing her in the same 2 dresses. She's a nutter. Apart from, actually, no, tell her a lie. I saw her in another dress that was Union Jack. Yeah, it wasn't very flattering. No. It looked like she was wearing Union Jack curtains, it did. Anyway, it was awful. I did actually a video about that a while back. She was meeting up with a French guy. Yeah. This French guy in a pub somewhere or the French guy coming to the UK, I think. Well, anyway, it was, she was trying to take for Brexit. This is, during the campaigns and what have you, to leave the European Union. Knowing that she full well that she has been funded. She used to work for Cambridge Analytica, that one did. She's a cretin. But she's all about feathering her own nest. She says what she wants to say, just to get support. There they are, they're talking about Christianity, they do. Like all the Tories do, and all these nutters like those at GB News, and Jacob Rees-Mogg, all about Christ and all that. Oh, blimey. I think we need to bring back, the Romans. Or as that, I've got a name now, Marjorie, whatever, that American senator woman, or whatever she is. No, senator, is she? No, anyway, that American crazy woman who who reckons it was the Roman government who killed the Christians, or killed Jesus, or something like that. The Roman government. They're nutters. They're just loons. She's a loon as well. There's Alex. Oh, Alex Phillips. That's it, Alex Phillips. She's completing that screwball, that one. But they're just, all they're doing is they're working people. They're working the people who kind of have that way of thinking. The right, the hard right, the horrible cretins out there, the nasty pieces of work. Like from Britain First and all them lot. They're the ones she's sucking up to gain support. I think we're doomed. Absolutely and utterly doomed. Well, these lot, though, they're going down to meet up somewhere at a beach and some manor house down on the south coast. Probably in Kent or somewhere like that. I don't know. Maybe. And whether they're going to be talking about post-Brexit trade rules and Northern Ireland. Yeah, they want to open the door, they do, to have closer ties between London, Brussels and EU capitals. It's still going to be one way. It's just like this CPTPP thing, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. That's going to bleed the country dry. The trade is going to go one way, pretty much. Talk about trade deficits. The one ambassador from one of the large EU countries. Oh, I wonder if it was France. Well, they said it was the right moment. The right moment to discuss where we're heading in this UK-EU relationship. A second ambassador representing a northern EU country said they expected the Windsor Framework. Yeah, maybe that was Germany. The Windsor Framework and future EU-UK relationship to be the main issue of the day. Oh, well. Good luck. Hopefully they can bash something out, but there's always going to be some, because with this Tories, they're thriving on disaster. Although it's backfiring on them, but that's pretty much, they just create problems just so that's all we talk about. Not, do you know what? And then you forgot about the chat. Anyway, see who's there at the moment. Who's here? So let's pop that out. The chat, that is. Oh, brought it in front of me. It's so much easier. We got here anyway. So, got 52 people there. Blimey. Don't forget to boop the old like button. Helps channel, And I need all the help I can get, I'll tell you. Well, Cavill OG, hello Cavill, and Smith, howdy, and David Dag, hello David Dag, hi. Hello Lefty Boater, I hope you're not rocking. Well, maybe you are on your boat. It'd be something like this, wouldn't it? Oh my god. Should be with timbers and all that. Anyway, so, goodly afternoons, everybody. This is Sir Larry the Cat. My cat was in here a minute ago. Actually, he was sitting on the sofa asleep. I come in here and he ran away. And the UK must rejoin. Well, we'll get into that in a moment because some people have been been suggesting it. Although they did say it's going to be in about 15 years' time. At least it's not going to be, after the 50 years that Jacob Rees-Mogg Sorry.
that we're about to deliver include the Brexit Freedoms Bill. The Brexit Freedoms Bill is a fantastic piece of legislation, defining constitutional piece of legislation that will remove the dead hand of EU laws from our statute book finally. There are over 2,400 EU laws that will be amended or repealed.
Oh, okay. I happen to agree, because I can't see any, and most people can't. No, everyone's feeling the pinch. Brexit is not helping. It's like another layer of madness that we've all got to contend with, on top of what's going on in Ukraine, and obviously, post-pandemic, energy crisis, etc., etc., etc. And now we've got Brexit. Brexit. I live it and dream it, I do. Brexit. Oh, my God. It's like torture. Long for the day. Maybe we'll be on the right path to rejoin or have some sort of closer alignment with the EU. But I don't see it happening. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people hoping, but I just don't see it. I just don't see a route back, especially with the Tories. Maybe if Labour gets in, which they probably will. Maybe there's a possibility there, but I doubt it. How can Starmer backtrack on all the crap that he's been saying regarding, Brexit? Make Brexit work. Bollocks to that. There ain't no making Brexit work. No. Oh, who else we got here? Oh, man, hello there. Did you speak? Chatty rat. Hello. Oh, good afternoon, he says. Oh, I'm Karen Douglas. Good afternoon to you, too. Oh, good morning for you. Sorry, good morning to you. Oh man, lost in France, Larry the cat. And Mr. E, hello Mr. E. What a Morlock Mog is. Oh, isn't he just? Yeah. I'll tell you something. I'm getting a really deep hatred for him now. We're flipping locking up our vicars. Well, retired vicars. What the hell? For sitting on the flipping road, locking them up for 5 weeks. And those lads that dangled themselves off that bridge, they're getting locked up for 3 years. You get less of a GBH. That's what it feels like to me. It's just absolute madness. Oh, where on earth are we heading? Just lock them up. Off with their heads. That's what I'd like to do to the Tories at the moment. I have really got a deep hatred for them at the minute. And it's getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And that knob Raab, non-dom, Dominic Raab, him. Well, I know he's not non-dom, but he is non-dom. He's gone. Dom. Yeah. Anyway, Dominic Raab. Oh my God! Talk about not being reconciliatory. He's just poor little old me. I don't agree. I'm going to resign anyway because I said I would, but I don't agree with the findings. I think it sets a dangerous precedent, he said. And now all the right-wing press has jumped on that slogan of his. That's a dangerous precedent. We should be allowed to bully. That's what Jacob Rees-Mogg pretty much said. We should be allowed to bully him. We did. Yeah, that's what you should be. Oh, talking about bullying. Oh, and then we got Gina Miller. I did a video about this before. I did one of my little chopped up videos, one of my little mash ones of Gina Miller and Dominic. Well, she's talking about Dominic Raab and how he pretty aggressive with her actually, but he's an arrogant. Yes, that he is. And in her exchange, she's been interviewed by Piers Morgan, who I got a strike on his account because of a video I did about Piers Morgan. I bet he complained. They called it a hate crime. How can you have a hate crime with somebody like Piers Morgan? He hates everybody. Well, especially, Meghan. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Let's listen to this, shall we? I want to do that. I'll be looking at the chat.
I've had personal experience where he was a bully to me, but this is
in what way?
So I was doing a morning Today program about the case that I brought, my first case, and in coming down from the show, in the lift, he basically called me names.
Like what?
Can't work out if you're just a silly bitch or if you are
really?
Rich. Or if or you're just naive.
He called you a silly bitch?
Yeah, or if I was naive.
Dominic Raab called you a silly bitch?
Yeah.
What?
He was furious.
Well, you came here to
Wow.
defend him. Can
No,
you
but
defend that?
hang on.
So-
But,
Well, hang on.
But after that as well, when we next met at another occasion, when we were on, we were going to another question time show, whatever, and his behaviour was inappropriate as well on that occasion.
In what way?
And I've written, I was on the show. I was going to be there with Nish Kumar, the comedian who was on. My brother was there, and Rab sort of went up to my brother, who looks nothing like Nish, and said to him, "Oh, we're on together." And totally ignored me and said, "We're on the show together this evening." And my brother said, "No, I'm not. We don't look all the same." And Rab sort of looked really embarrassed. And Nish Kumar came out and he said, "Well, why didn't you say hello to Gina Miller? You're on the show. She's on the panel with us tonight." And he just looked at me and walked off.
What a grumpy old bugger and a racist, quite frankly. So Karate Kid Dominic Raab, he doesn't like being, drawn over the coals regarding, Gin Miller just took the government to court, didn't she, regarding putting the Brexit vote to Parliament, the deal and what have you, to Parliament. And she won. He obviously didn't like that, did he? You know what he's like. Like he said before, I don't believe in human rights, no, or economic or social rights, workers' rights, etc. That was Dominic Raab. Quite frankly, he's a horrible old cretin. Oh, 81 people here. What's what channel? There's the super chat down below, but also there's a GoFundMe link down below as well, because YouTube's terrible. I take 30%. Greedy old buggers, isn't they? They earn all that money, and they take 30%. Well, what can you say to that? Nutters, isn't they? Well, not nutters. They've got short and curlies, basically. So anyway, it doesn't matter whatever you want to do if you want to do something. Arrogant Jeremy Hunt is Rob. Karate Kid. That's yeah. Karate Kid, Jeremy Hunt. Oh, crikey. He's got arms like that, he has. I think he's wasting away now, sitting in that chair, just giggling and what have you, and calling people, he mouthed it was in the Peter McHugh's this week, he mouthed the word, anchor. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Under his breath, basically. Keir Starmer. But he's gone now, isn't he? He's not on the cabinet anymore. He's on the backbenches. So he's going to have to nestle up towards Jacob Rees-Mogg. Hello, Mogg. No, I don't know what he's going to do. He's just an awful cretin. I tell you what it does mean, though. He's not going to have to be in that fancy house now, is he? Didn't him and Liz Truss before, didn't they argue over... That's a good point, actually. Forgot about that. When Liz Truss, I think it was Liz Truss and Dominic Raab was... Because they all get there's a fancy house, you see, all these rooms in. They get to stay in this room if they're in the cabinet or a certain position in government, what have you. And Liz Truss and Dominic Raab were arguing over this special room. Yeah. Or special, this apartment. I don't know if they shared in the end, I don't know. Obviously, when she was Prime Minister for a bit, very short bit, 43 days or whatever it was, got beaten by lettuce and all that, Oh, such a disgrace. That is a disgrace. Consolity to China. Well, she's just an awful individual, isn't she? But so is Dominic Raab. So is Priti Patel. So is Sue Ellen Braverman. They're all of the same ilk. The Priti Patel, she was protected. They put a protective ring, a force field around the Britster, according to, by instruction of Alexander Boris Defethel Johnson, the
Kipper.
That is. And, put a force field around her. But not Dominic Raab. Richie Sunak doesn't have one. No, Richie Sunak has no force fields. He just has one for himself. Why do you think they don't want to investigate COVID loan fraud? Because he's the receiver of it. Him and his missus? Well, he gave it to his missus. Look, he may have done, but I mean the COVID loans to Shatamurti. Yeah. The daughter of a billionaire, who owns the company Infosys, who has government contracts, not just with the UK, but various other countries, and also operating in Russia. They say that they're stopped, but they haven't. No. They're carried on. We've got all this going on regarding having a, infrastructure Our communications infrastructure infiltrated by Russia. Why is that, Vulcan project or something? Some Vulcan system they got running in Russia. Yeah. And yet, there's this conflict of interest going on there. Nothing like being security. No, we just allow the Russians and their little boats and their fishing boats and what have you. Disguised as fishing boats and so-called research vehicles, doing some research and seeing where all the cables lay to the wind turbines and the communications cables and that as well. They're mapping it all. Yeah, we let it go on. Just let it carry on as though it doesn't matter. It's like Russia's preparing for it, or, the off chance that there could be another war. As in, not just Ukraine, I mean, a world war. Oh, scary thought. What think about that? Saturday, especially for pleasant days. Pleasant days on a Saturday, too, of maybe. Go to church tomorrow, you see. No, not me. Oh, dear. Oh, and then he got the coronation with King Sausage Fingers. Oh, my giddy aunt. Was it King Sausage Fingers the Third? Or something, yeah. Oh, dear me. Why the hell have we got to pay for that? I mean, the cost of living crisis and we're being told to pay for it, and apparently there's not much public support for it anyway. Definitely, paying for it. When people are struggling and then he can get in his little golden carriage, hope it blinking rains. Yeah. Put a dampener on things, wouldn't it? Literally. Dom, feck the Tories. I have got that clip on there, feck the Tories, but I can't, After all that script I had last time, because of the swear words and stuff, but they've changed the rules a little bit. So that's a good thing. The rules have changed. Well, they brought new rules in, YouTube that is, and now they've actually rolled them back a little bit. Like the F word isn't quite so, as long as it's not in the first 7 seconds of a video and stuff like that, they're calmed down. Obviously not too much of it through. Yeah. Some people would be, get caught out, I'm sure. It's like every other word is almost like the F word. Vulgar, isn't it? I wasn't brought up like that. No! I was a good boy, mate. Yeah, I went to church. I was an altar boy. I can't pull that one off. So imagine the ambassadors meeting in Belfast instead of Chequers. Yeah. That'd be good. Yeah. Well, wax on, wax off, apparently. Yeah. Raab is a winker. Oh, he is. As well. Raab would like to be human, but he is too Tory for it. Human. Afternoon, everybody, said Ben Riddens. Hello, Ben. Hope you're well, my friend. Not my quiche. No, not my quiche. Or King Sausage Fingers. Well, I've done a series of T-shirts. I'm doing a few more regarding, I'm doing like a British Bastille. I've done that one. It's like the guillotine and stuff. T-shirts designs. And other ones I've done as well. They're Not My King. All the usual sort of things. And, yeah. And I'll try to think it was new ideas. Got any ideas? T-shirt ideas for anti-monarchy, because I'm no monarchist, because quite frankly they just I didn't actually used to have a problem with them. I'll be actually honest with it. Oh yeah, maybe it's good for the economy and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with it, but how things have turned out in the last few years and how they've treated Meghan and what have you and Harry, I know a lot of people hate them and what have you, but I don't think they really deserve that. They've been used as a target, just like like we were trying to do with Diana at the time. At least she walked along minefields. Don't see Prince Charles doing that. No, he just falls off his polo horse. Plonker.
Don't be a long draw, my Roddy.
You can't help it. No. Horse meat is tasty. Actually, horse meat is. It's you get in the supermarkets here. Cheval. You can. Sorry. And it's I've tried it once. That was what I didn't actually know I was eating it, to be honest. That was at a party, and it's really lean. It's not like beef. It's got a lot of like fatty bits in it. It's actually really lean. It's actually quite nice. But once I realised it was horse, I didn't want it again because I like horses, so I don't really want to eat them. Just like when I eat my dogs. No. Oh, where are they? They were in there a minute ago. Oh no, they're gone. They're gone out again. Yeah, got grandchildren here, you see. So the kids, they like kids. They do. Had camel in. I haven't. Oh, never had camel. I had camel toe. Not fit for purpose, the monarchy. No, they're not. Not in the slightest. Oh my God, what are they for? Really? They're supposed to be our kind of mascot, ready for the country, for the United Kingdom. But there's something united about the United Kingdom, and they're nothing. They're not a mascot. They're just a laughing joke. We just look at the next thing that happens to be in the tabloid newspapers and say what vitriol there is against Harry and Meghan. I actually feel, my feeling is Harry should have said, sod the coronation. I'm staying at home with my missus and on my son's birthday, and we're going to blow out candles and eat cake. And we're going to have cheese and pineapple on sticks or something, and maybe do a bit of apple bobbing. No. He's leaving her at home while he goes to the coronation. I don't get that. Was that supposed to be duty and all that? They shafted him. His own family has shafted him. That's what it is. And I think it's madness. The whole thing is madness. It's not it's a mockery. The whole thing's a mockery. Oh, blimey. So angry. That people are suffering, are ending up in food banks. We can't even pay the doctors or nurses a decent wage, and there we got is King Sausage Fingers the Third, and his flipping coronation. He needs to pay for it himself. The cost. It's horrendous. He could eat things, couldn't he? Yeah. Oh dear. Somebody's asked me if I've still got the thicknesser for sale. Yes, we have. Oh, you might be interested. Oh, that's good. Oh, so it's woodworking machine, you see, for baking wood thinner. And that's what that ping was. Yeah, I had some more of my tools for sale. Got to get money from somewhere. What's wrong with Meghan? She's a little annoying, but not that much. I know, that's the thing. You haven't got to like her as a person necessarily, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It's got really nothing to do with us. Really, or as long as she does a job and what have you. I don't even find her that annoying, to be honest. I find King Charles a bit annoying when he was signing his flipping. God, he was so angry when he became king and he signed all the bits of paperwork and that. And he couldn't find his pen. Where's my pencil? I moved it. Oh, it fell off. Oh no, God, it's terrible. The man is an idiot. Completely not an idiot. Anyway, I'm not a monarchist. No, not my bag. Not for me. But that's not what this live stream is supposed to be about. We're going to be talking about the flipping monarchy. No. I'll talk about Brexit. And somebody else has been speaking out. Oh, dear. He's been causing trouble again. Michael O'Leary. Oh, dear. There he is. There's Michael O'Leary of Ryanair. The budget airline. Luckily, he only does short-haul flights. Otherwise, you'll get thrombosis. Yeah. You'll get a bit squished, you see. And COVID. And he said, during COVID, he said, well, these airplanes, they have a very good filtration systems on board, to filter and clean the COVID air. And obviously, no one's going to get COVID. No, because it hasn't got to travel past people before it gets to the filters. No, of course not. Just like the flip masks they're wearing in hospitals. They do nothing. They're negative pressure masks. They don't do nothing. They've got vents on them. All that COVID has been blown out of the vents at high pressure. Anyway, every time you breathe out, doesn't make any sense to me. So the UK is going to sign it. We'll sign a deal. Oh, that's good news. Into the EU budget within 15 years, says the Ryanair boss, Michael O'Leary. That's what he reckons. I wouldn't be surprised. But before that, we're going to be absolutely destitute at this rate. If things carry on the way we are, there's going to be no SMEs left, and they're a massive part of the British economy, the small, medium enterprises. Massive part. I think it was on Question Time. Somebody mentioned, somebody in the audience said it amounts to like 2 trillion of the economy, of the GDP, gross domestic product. If that is true, I didn't realise that. There's a lot of money. Yeah. So the boss of Ryanair, Michael O'Leary, has launched a fresh attack on Brexit. Oh, go for it! That's what I like to see. Describing it as unbelievably messy, I would say. And predicting the UK would end up signing a Norway-style deal with the EU in the next 10 to 15 years, under which it will pay into the bloc's budget. Oh, the Brexiters will love that. I wonder if it's going to cost £350 million a week. Oh, it never did anyway. Well, the outspoken chief executive, put that on the bus if you like. Yeah, so, go to the NHS. Oh no, apparently it didn't. So anyway, the outspoken chief executive of the Irish Budget Airlines said over the next 3 to 5 years, the UK's departure from the EU would be a net negative on the UK economy. No question about it. Already is. Well, we're not doing very well, are we? ONS figures are saying that are, down at least 4% here. Other economists are saying it's near 6%. Adam Posson, he said, Brexit is stupid, and he's an economist. He used to be in the Bank of England as well. He's now at the Peterson Institute in the US. Peterson Institute of International Economics. Dear me. People with brains, and they know what they're talking about. Because Richie Sunak doesn't. No. Because he does know what he's talking about, and he knows what he's doing, but he's just got to suck up to everybody who's around him just to keep... Because he hasn't got support, really, has he? He ain't got enough support. No. So he's just going to have to carry on, licking their feet and stuff to keep his job. Otherwise, I'll do the 1922, whatever it is, committee thing, and they'll get like 26, 27, or I can't remember how many signatures there is now. Anyway, they'll get rid of them. Again. Another one. How many prime ministers can we have in such a short period of time? Oh my God. It's just been absolute madness. What a roller coaster ride. Ever since Cameron decided he'd be another tool in his tool shed. Although he does like to lobby the government. Yeah. Well, I didn't pay off for him, did it? No, he lost a crazy amount of money. Millions he lost. Because his dealings with, I forgot what it's called now. Oh, equity, something finance. The ones who are doing the steel, what have you. What was it called again? Oh my God, my mind's got adrift. Well, there you go. Let me just put it back in. Oh, there you go. So, Larry said that the UK's longer-term relationship with its closest trading partner depended on what the British establishment or the future UK governments do. However, he said, he believed that the UK would, in the next 10 to 15 years, strike a trade deal with Europe similar to Norway or Switzerland. Well, the Switzerland one is problematic. The Swiss government are just, they're never happy. No. It's just, I don't think the EU is going to want that, especially with the Brits. Though, when you consider how arrogant our governments are, it's just, we like to cause trouble. Look at Nigel Farage. He was voted in to cause trouble. Turned their back on the Eau de Joy, they did. Alex Phillips as well, she was there. Turned her back on the Eau de Joy. Oh, we've got Ben Riddens, I think he was a good riddance. Oh, well, no, he's back again. He turned his back on the Eau de Joy. And Anne Widdecombe. Oh, actually, they're down there. Anne Widdecombe. She turned her back on the Eau de Joy. The EU's national anthem in the EU. Horrid little people that they are. So disrespectful and childish. That's the thing, they were just childish. That didn't even really make a statement. It just looked pathetic. It really did look pathetic. Oh, anyway, we'll carry on. Let's have a look. Chat. Who's in the chat? Alexander Romanov. If we waited 15 years, he'll be able to add 2 seats per row. And because we'll be so friggin' thin. Just like the fact that it won't be long before we can walk across the channel with all the poop. Yeah. They'll make what you call a spit of poop. Eventually, that's what's going to happen. You know what a spit is? When they have a little pointy bit on the side, where they got the currents going, and it drags all the stuff and creates this thing called a spit. And it's like, you have like a spit of poo. Like a sewage poo. A sewage spit. They'll call it SS something, or whatever. It'll be horrible. Eventually, I'll meet up with Calais, or something like that. Or would just go north. Depends on the tides. Anyway, that's another story. Yes, not looking good. No. Virgil Sharkey, he's kicking off again. He's not happy because he's pumping all the poop in the rivers and seas. Well, Lost in France says, "Hi, Vertigo. I hope you're well, my friend. Norway, one of the most expensive places in Europe. No wonder over 60% of their population do the big monthly shop in Sweden." Probably. Ooh, probably. The UK reminds me of the old Roman historic episode of the 30s, of 30 emperors in 30 days. Except the Romans actually still had an empire. We certainly haven't. There again, colonising and what have you, and like in France as well. That wasn't great, is it? No. We were all slavers, basically. Our economy is built up on slavery, just like Donald Trump said. Referring to African Americans. So the African Americans, they built this country. Yes, it's called slavery. There was his speech. He's trying to make out such a wonderful thing that they were slaves. They were forced to. They were sold into slavery. They were taken away from their homes, their countries, and their families. These people are so stupid. There again, it seems to work for some of them, don't it? There again, most is, well, like Donald Trump, he's sort of like, apart from the fact he's
getting tremendously wet.
You can't help it, no. But he's, yeah, those is it racist if you call somebody a redneck? I don't actually know. But is it a racist term? I don't suppose it is really, is it? Are they redneck because it's hot and sunny and they've got pale complexion and they're getting burnt? Or is it a race? Like, you know, if you take Mickey out of people who've been ginger, for instance. I would never do such a thing. No. Is that racist as well? Probably, actually. That one probably is. Oh dear. Is that woke? Well, so hello, Joe. I was replying to Vertigo. Vertigo said, "I don't fly via Oslo. Deutsche Marks, is it? A bear in Oslo and Garden de Moen Airport. 12 euros per glass. Oh my God, that's pricey. And 20 cigarettes, 12 euros. My God, I don't smoke. There you go. I'm not drinking at all either at the moment. Gone all like teetotal and water. Yeah, that's like tea. It's like an infusion. I got like the licorice infusion I've been drinking a lot of recently, which is yeah, just what I'm doing, you know. Oh, 91 the teller there. Didn't the Tories spend 8 million on pictures of Charles to put? Yes. I forgot about that. I read that last week. Yeah, I got a thing about Widdicombe. Oh, yes, Alcy. Well, yeah, this portrait of them and Charles has been commissioned. I think it's been by the government. Commissioned by the government. It's been put into all these stations. It's cost 8 million. Oh, and they're putting in schools as well, aren't they, or something? Let's read what you said again. Didn't the Tories spend 8 million on pictures of Charles to put in police stations? Oh, police stations, councils, and schools. £8 million. The thing is, this money they're spending isn't actually earned money. It's borrowed money. When the Jeremy Hunt, oh sorry, I was back. Yeah, Jeremy Hunt, he said that there's some roof on the economy and what have you. It means that there's a little bit more money they can borrow. That's all it means. We can borrow more. We haven't earned any more money. In fact, we've earned less. Our economy is actually shrinking. You get to a point in borrowing, you might know this on a personal level, you get to a point when if you fall on hard times, you can't actually pay your debts. Even though you might be living a life of luxury, you've got your new car and your lovely house, and and you got all your mod cons, you got buy now, pay laters, and all that sort of stuff. And those sort of plenty affordable, you could afford it. It wasn't a problem. You had a good job and what have you. Then times change. And all of a sudden, COVID, for instance, and your hours change and your work prospects change, and all of a sudden you don't have enough money coming in. That's perfectly affordable before with money left over, but now it's not. So all of a sudden you're in hard times, even though you got all this stuff. You still got to pay your debts by contract. You can't just, stop paying. If you did, you're just going to have everything repossessed. And it also puts your home at risk as well. No one wants to be made homeless, do they? Even if you've got a whopping great mortgage. The house prices, for instance, have gone through the roof as well, haven't they? They're just... although they're tamed a little bit now. They're still high. If the house prices, because housing growth was around 15%, which is a crazy amount of money. Huge amount of money. And if you're in areas that are up and coming, such as where we used to live in Sal House in Norfolk, it was becoming more and more affluent. And it's people decided they wanted to move there, pushing the prices of the properties up. So it was growing fast, just like it's happened in the area I live here in France, just like it was happening in Barcelona and various other places that people were saying, well, the locals were saying, well, we're not happy about this, you're making the housing unaffordable for our children. They can't get the foot on the ladder. And it's kind of not quite so much now because of Brexit, but there's less and less people coming here, and it's stabilised. It's slowed down the housing market here in France as well. So, this area of France and the Limousin, for instance, it's so many Brits, not just Brits, others as well, but so many Brits, they felt the need to buy property to escape Britain and, well, escape England. Sorry, Scotland, escape England, and like we did. House prices were cheap, very, very low, and they're naturally progressing because more people buying. Although there's plenty to buy. There's still plenty to buy. And it has, especially now because it's tamed. It's not as prolific now as it was. House prices here in France have leveled out a bit, from what I can see anyway, in this area anyway. So RC RC said that he thinks that I've got a thing about Anne Widdecombe. She's such a gross individual. Not just, I'm sorry, but I'm a fat bugger, and it's I find myself pretty gross, but I find her even more gross. But also, she's gross inside. She is rotten to the flippin' core. She is an awful, and the way she speaks, her mannerisms. I thought my way I speak was bad enough, but she's just, she's cringeworthy. Her and Kate Hoey and them lot. Maybe if you mix, if you got that melting pot, the melting pot, coffee-coloured people by the score, but you got that melting pot and put Kate Hoey in there and Anne Widdecombe, and you might end up with a normal-sized person. Maybe. Sorry. Granny Waddlebottom. I like that. It's Larry. Granny Waddlebottom. I hadn't heard that one before. Very good. Oh, so yeah, referring to that, scroll down. Those portraits might be used for punishment in the interrogation rooms. Are those fingers real? To be fair, I think he's got arthritis or something, isn't he? He's rheumatoid arthritis. Mocking this because he's got sausage fingers, but he's got a problem. Put fluid on his fingers and stuff. But but because he's a horrible kind of angry little man, he wants everyone to do homeopathy. So get rid of the NHS and have homeopathy. Oh, dear me. It's just, Oh. Never owned a home, said Smith. Well, we've had two. Yeah, you can come in. I've got my Wally dog. Hello, Wally.
Didn't want to leave the camper van.
You didn't want to leave? Oh, I've got my Wally dog here. Oh,
I'm not going anywhere, Grandpa. I'm staying in the camper van.
He wants treats, is what it is.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Mum,
Right, come on then.
Yeah, look. Can you shut the door down? Left the door open now. Oh dear. You want to see Wally? Yeah, he's there. Oh. I would have brought him a light. Yeah. Oh, Wally! What do you reckon, boy? Do you want a treat? Do you want another one? Bit dark down there, Wally. Why's it so dark? Oh. Yeah. I'm not allowed to have kitties in the videos, you see. Well, let me just shut this door again. Just going to shut this door. Oh, that's better. I was getting a strenuous light from over there. And I could hear a load of noise. You might not be here, you might do. But anyway, where was I? Anyway, so never owned a home, said Smith. Well, this is our second home that we've owned. We did earn quite a bit of money on our old place, but we lost a bit at the end. Not lost because we already gained, but the value did go down. Escape Britain would be funny, a funny reality show. Oh wait, hello. Q&A says done that. Well, because of the house and rental prices, boat prices have gone through the roof. They're always anything marine has always been expensive. But they've gone up there more, have they? Because I used to have boats. Yeah, I had several boats. Sorry, but I'm a boat fan. My dad was a boat builder, so that's what we used to. Spend a lot of time on Norfolk Broads and coastal waters and going across the Channel and stuff like that. Not an inflatable, no. And I didn't pay £5,000 a pop either. No, it was a lot cheaper than that. Yeah, we had our own boat. So anyway, Wally Vision, that is. Oh yeah, Mrs. Allshorts, yeah, she's all right. She's been mad at the moment. She's cutting so much grass because we've got a problem with our machine for cutting our field. She's literally cutting the whole field, 2 hectares around all these trees and that as well. It's just like obstacles with a mower that's 20 inches wide, or 21 or 22 inches wide. Yeah, it's not ideal. No, so fair dues to her. I have to admit, her legs are looking better for it. So I've got to try and get this machine sorted out. Things like everything costs, doesn't it? Everything costs. AC/DC. Oh, you see my AC/DC Power Rage album. Yeah, I love AC/DC. Chinese democracy and all that. Cute dog. Oh, he's lovely. So Larry again. He's a lovely little boy. And there he is. Look at him. Sitting there. All cuddled up now. Yeah. Little bugger. I bumped into 2 English guys in Berlin shortly after the Brexit vote, and they were going to the Polish border on a cigarette run. Now, this is something I was talking to the missus about, because obviously the cost of cigarettes, for instance, in the United Kingdom is really expensive. The cost of alcohol in the United Kingdom is really expensive, and now you've got obviously Brexit. What are the allocations now regarding how much you can take over without paying duty, or can you not? Because I hadn't checked it out. Actually just, having your hand luggage and stuff. How much alcohol can you take over now? Has it all changed? Cigarettes and stuff like that? Or is it now, subject to duty? My point being is it going to encourage, like, a black market? They might be borrowing those little boats. No, they won't be because they're in the wrong direction. Coming into the UK, there'll be all the little boats. That'll be the next thing. Do you want to see my Wally? Woohoo! Yes, good point. Thanks for that, Horror Man. They really voted against their interest. Oh my God, didn't they just? And it gets worse. And it's getting worse. I've got they've had delayed it again, mind. The biometric checks have been delayed again, but that is going to cause so much havoc. Or it might solve some issues, yet. You're probably still going to have to. They're saying they're going to stop stamping the passports as a result because everything becomes digitised. But I do wonder if they'll carry on stamping it. I don't know how. The other thing is, it's going to be. How are you going to know? Unless you've got, you're going to get a lot of people aren't that good at maths, working out their 180 days, and a lot of people. When was it I went? I can't remember. Or they deleted all their emails and they don't know where their tickets or when the exact dates they left the UK or whatever to go to the EU. So they don't know if they've already spent, and how much time have they spent there 90 and 100 days. People are like that about, And they go at the border and they find, well, there's no stamp. I don't know when I arrived. Well, it's all on system, mister. You can't come in. Yeah, but you're an overstayer or something, you know what I mean? It's, I just see so many problems. I think it's going to be disastrous. For at least for a while, then I think it will actually be teething troubles with that, and it will help a lot of people, just not for the UK. Yeah, we'll know where everybody is. We can keep an eye on you. We can get you with those 5G masts as well. Well, if your peers Corbyn, he'll be happy if you get rid of them. He's really lost it, he has. Piers Corbyn is Jeremy Corbyn's the ex Labour leader. Yeah. He certainly has lost the plot completely. It's just progressively getting worse and worse and worse. And seeing him, I was quite sad actually. When he's actually quite a clever man in lots of ways. You know, I think he's an astrophysicist or something. And now he's just mediocre really. It's quite sad to see really. But there you go. We all go a bit nutty in the end, don't we? Yeah. So, Lost in France, so long, and thanks for all the fish, and would make a good t-shirt. So long, and thanks for the fish. That's good. Yeah, I'll write that down. T-shirt ideas. So long. Adios, and thanks for the fish. The fish. Fish. Kipper. Write that one down. Just saying, your mashups are the great. See, the thing is, I'm a bit in a quandary at the moment, because the problem with me is I'm a bit erratic. You might have noticed that I'm a bit all over the flipping place, and videos all over the place as well. In the sense of I don't do one thing or another, and all the channels that seem to be doing well, they kind of just do one thing. Well, I'm doing mashup videos. I'm doing me just chatting in the garden. I'm doing live, and I'm all over the place basically doing my videos. Smith, I feel I'm getting nutty, said Smith. Join the club. Well, I don't know whether or not I should be doing one thing. Do I just do like mashups and lives? Do I just do my like talking head type videos and not do the mashups, or do I do one thing or the other? I don't know. Maybe you know. I don't know. Or do I just carry on as I am? The thing is, the channel isn't really progressing. It's not growing, so it's kind of like I feel like I'm flogging a dead horse a bit really sometimes. So it's just how it is, isn't it? Anyway, talking about dead horses. Do you like my dead horse? Yeah. Like and subscribe if you haven't done already. They can recognise all your faces, most of them. Yeah. Do I visit Norfolk often? No. I did visit last January, February time last year. I visited. I actually went live as well a few times. Somebody might remember when I was in Norwich, and I tried to avoid it. Not because Norfolk isn't a nice place, because it is a nice place, but it's been ruined. And it's been ruined. What gets me is, it really bugs me. There's a village called Rackheath, and it was the next village along from where we used to live in Salhouse. Eventually, they got planning permission to build like an eco houses. There weren't very many, but they built a load of eco houses, and I thought, yeah, great, that's brilliant. It took probably 15 years for them to actually get planning on that for that project. Yeah, now there's houses popping up left, right, and centre. Not environmentally built houses, no, just those like Wilkin Homes type places built with concrete blocks and dry lined, or brick and dry lined, and the kind of properties that aren't going to be aren't going to stand the test of time. They're just rubbish. I've built, been on these buildings, I've worked on these building sites, building these, been doing brickwork and stuff like that. Laying bricks and that to the line and what have you, but also axed brickwork as well. But working on these flipping sites and what have you, they're just light. They're really light. And in a lot of cases, it's just a case you've got brickwork, and then you've got dry lining on the inside, and it's insulation and stuff like that in some places. Now, for me, I tend to think that the best way of looking to the future is the environmental route, because we need sustainable products, materials to be able to build these properties in the first place, whether it be PEPS panels, for instance, which is like a sandwiched insulation panel, and the houses can then be built in the factory efficiently. It's not just cost effective, it's just energy efficient. So much energy and so much water is wasted on building sites. Now, years ago, when we used to build houses and that, we used to we put a coat of paint on everybody. everything. Magnolia, probably, something like that, white or magnolia. And a lot of the time, there's emulsion type paint we'd use from permaglaze, and it was permeable paint, so it could breathe. So while the plaster and the concrete blocks were admitting water, because the amount of water that would go into these buildings is, well, you can just imagine, it's not just the cement and what have you, obviously the humidity around the place, but also the plaster and what have you. So you have to allow the houses to breathe for a period of time while they emitted all this water before they can actually be properly painted. So these days, it just seems like they slap the paint on every flipping thing now, and it's not even permeable. It's got to flake off, isn't it? It's not quite so bad if they're doing dry lining, mind, because that's probably the reason why they do a lot of dry lining. Dry lining is basically where you got plasterboard internal walls, just either daub and dabbed or like stuck like blobs of adhesive onto a concrete ball, thermalite blocks, or on a framework, and then you just tape and joint them. So that way they just they dry really quickly. So then you can put finish coats on and stuff like that. But to me, it's a bit rubbish. It's just a bit rubbish. So you mean you can't grow concrete? No, apparently you cannot. But Mike Graham of Talk Radio, he said that you could. Yeah, made himself look a right old blogger. But he can't help it. Looks like flipping pufferfish anyway. What's going on with him? I think he's eating too many carbs. His face is all swollen with little lips. Weird geezer he is. Yeah, he was interviewing. Who was he interviewing? It was Piers Corbyn at one point. I think it was Piers Corbyn. Oh, and they're having a discussion about the global, the climate crisis. He's saying that it was it's fraudulent and stuff that Piers Corbyn was, and obviously, Mr. I can grow concrete. Mike Graham was, I agree. Yeah, Mike Graham knows nothing. He's thick as two short planks, he is. So anyway, I digress, haven't I? I hit the bell icon, and now I get a warm fuzzy feeling in my pocket. Oh, multiple times a day. Oh, that's good. I know, I do put a lot of videos out. That's probably one of the reasons why my videos don't do so well. Maybe I'm putting too many out. Biometrics. Guess who we're dealing with on that? Oh, Patel's a visit to Israel. Interesting. Hello, Eric Davidson. No, I don't visit Norfolk often. I try not to. It's and also it's very Brexity. Yeah, I sat in a pub. It was called the Heartsease pub in Heartsease. It's not. Basically, we were waiting for our Indian takeaway to be made. So we went to the pub and to the Heartsease, and that's for the Brexiters. And there they were. They were going. This was before. Before Brexit was actually a thing. And there they were talking about Brexit and about sovereignty and all that. And these people, they're off their heads. They really were off their heads. And they were the fighty type people. And I thought to myself, well, no, I don't want to engage with them. I really don't. So I just thought it was comical. Now, if I was doing this channel at the time, maybe I'd have recorded them secretly. Because the kind of thing I'd do. Oh, I'd have to be a fly on the wall sometimes, as long as I get swatted. No, that's the government, they're squatters. So the astrophysicist actually believes that crap, yes. Yes. It goes on about George Soros and what have you. It's all funded by George Soros, you see. Just like, you might not know this, but James O'Brien of LBC Radio. He's been funded by George Soros. He gets a George Soros check. That's what James said. Well, actually, it's taking the mic, but, that's what he gets criticised for. Too many pies, Mike, and the concrete farmer Graham. That he does. He does like his pies. Although I had pie yesterday. I had a mushroom pie. Yeah, that was very nice, actually. And... Oh, you saw your video on Piers Corbyn? Oh, cheers, buddy. Yeah, a nice one. Yeah, it's just my little mash-up ones. So I don't know where I'm going with that, to be honest. I don't really know where I'm going with the channel, to be honest. We'll just keep plodding along, I suppose, and see what happens. It's not as though I don't... It's not as though I don't understand how YouTube works. I really would research the hell out of it and keep up to date with it and follow a lot of people who are considered as like gurus in it. I mean, like Nick Nimmin, Rafferty and various others. I I stay clear of the people who do like the black hat type stuff because they're just stupid. Yeah, one way of destroying your channel. I can do that on my own, thank you very much. Kool-Aid 76, I am stamp free. Oh, okay. Scroll up. Down, there you go. Okay. Right. I'm going to do about an hour. Oh, what's that? What we at now? Oh, over an hour. No, we're not. Oh, yes, we are. Over an hour. I was going to do about an hour, but I'll do a little bit more. So, Mr. O'Leary, he reckons that we're going to be contributing into the European budget. And that was a panel discussion he was having at Bloomberg's new Economy Gateway event in Ireland. Well, the fundamental strength of the single market is something that is too attractive for the UK economy to be excluded from. 447 million people. So the Ryanair boss said a lot would depend on how Europe responds to Brexit, adding that Brexit should come as a real warning to the European Union and other member states. They all pretty much step back from the idea of leaving, though. Elexit and Frexit and Brexit. Oh, dear. So Larry described the British Labour market as broken. Yes, you can't get people. It's costing an absolute fortune to get people. You've got to sponsor them, you see. You can't imagine a farmer doing this, can you? And sponsor people from... Well, they have been, actually, to be fair. They have been sponsoring people. I mean, it just costs too much money. They're giving up. Farmers are giving up. I would be interested to know what the suicide rate is actually between among farmers, because if some farmers are personally liable for their farms and the equipment they bought and stuff like that. So saying that leaving the EU had forced Ryanair to hire European and non-European workers on what he called ludicrously expensive visas, costing £3,000 each. Well, what if that person decides, well, I'm not working now, I'm off. You've paid £3,000 out. You remember, it's not just the likes of Michael O'Leary. This is everybody. Every Tom, Dick and Harry who wants to employ somebody from abroad is going to have to... And then it's got to be onto the shortage occupation list and what have you as well. So it's not simple, is it? No. The problem we're dealing with the UK government is that there's an obsession in most departments to find excuses to show where the Brexit benefits are. There is no benefits to Brexit unless you're in the EU, of course, because the European Union SMEs are doing quite well out of Brexit, and obviously the big organisations as well. And because, although saying that, many businesses here in the EU, they're also suffering as well because they can no longer trade with the UK, not as they did before. And many of them say, well, it's not worth a light now. So that's a big chunk out of their economy as well. So the door swings both ways, just more one way than the other. Now, the airline CEO, he also frequently criticised the economic impact of Brexit. Well, we heard several times. Can you remember when he had on his website, he had the three monkeys, speak no evil, hear no evil, and... Well, speak no evil, hear no evil. What's the other one? See no evil, that's it, yeah. Anyway, everything that was promised to the UK population, sunny uplands, and the ability to do trade deals with everywhere around the world was shown to be just another, tissue of lies. That's what he said. Yeah. I can see that, can you? Because it's an absolute flippin' disaster. It's just getting worse. It's not getting better. They keep just trying to hide us from the truth. The truth is that Brexit is an absolute flipping disaster. It's affecting people in so many ways, not just obviously economically, but socially as well. Our ability now to be able to just not just to travel, but to meet people, make friends. It gets harder. Oh, Connor. Cheers, Connor. Oh, I got... Ah, nice one. Cheers for that, my friend. It works. The GoFundMe, it works. Oh, much appreciated. Thank you very much. It's nice to see, actually. I had a couple of GoFundMes on the new GoFundMe page. And it's it's nice to see. It's just nice to see things that are working and that, and kind people who support the channel. Whether that be all the Patreon and that as well, it's all brilliant. It's really, really kind. And because I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't get enough views. I'm not Max Rosebeer and I'm not Phil Morehouse and what have you. They're way cleverer than I am, and they've got good subscriber base and they get high views. So obviously they're earning good money from it. In fact, they're earning a lot of money. So I'm quite reliant, I suppose I'm a bit reliant really on everybody's support that keeps the channel going. Otherwise, it'll petering out, won't it? If I can't keep the momentum going. So anyway, his airline was publicly campaigned, didn't it, against Brexit, like I say, but the three monkeys, not the 12 monkeys, the three monkeys, against Brexit in the run-up to the EU referendum, and he's pretty much been he's been criticising it ever since, hasn't he? And he had expected Alexander Boris to Pfeffel Johnson's government to put the economy first and do a sensible deal. No. The problem is all these prime ministers, not just Richie Sunak, not just Liz Truss, not just, Cameron when he did the runner, didn't he? And Alexander Boris to Pfeffel Johnson.
So, you have accepted the truth.
Hey, nice one. Oh, cheers, Kevin. Kevin Slims. And, he's just... They'd just to keep their jobs, really. Sod everybody else, sod the country, and sod the people who live within it. We need to keep our jobs. We're going to do whatever we want to make your lives difficult. Not intentionally, we just have to anyway. Some people, I suppose, it's probably intentional, because there's some really nasty critters out there, isn't there? So, however, he added that Johnson's successor as Prime Minister, Richie Sunak, had struck an immeasurably better deal, regarding obviously the Winter Framework and what have you. And I have to admit, even though my thoughts, Richie Sunak, I can't stand the bloke. I can't stand the bloke because I'm pretty confident that he's a criminal. And he's ripping people off left, right and centre. Like I said earlier regarding the COVID loan fraud and stuff like that. Cover up for his missus. Who's taken huge amounts of money. There you go. And but I have to admit, he's been more conciliatory in his tone regarding Brexit and the EU and what have you, whereas all previous prime ministers, not Cameron obviously, but Boris Johnson, they've been confrontational, and when things appear to be levelling out somewhat, all of a sudden another flipping dead cat or something's thrown into the room, or some gaslighting or something to actually just stir the muck up to keep the old cycle going. So we're not actually looking at the detail. So the airline boss, he contrasted his prediction of Britain's economic fortunes with those of the bloc, saying that he was surprised at the strength of spending in the European economy at the moment, where business is booming and getting boomier in the EU. Not in the UK. We've got retail sales are down again. Did a video about that the other day. I think it was yesterday, actually. Yeah. Falling again. So, in January, Ryanair increased its full-year profit guidance, following a strong performance between October and December, where its profit after tax surged to, 211 million euros. Well, I imagine there's more flights coming from Ireland now to the EU. Although there's still, the Mrs. Happy, she gets a flight from Stansted to Limoges, Bellegarde Airport there in Limoges, and that still runs. Although sometimes it's busy and sometimes there's hardly anybody on there, but there's less flights. The airline said at the time it was benefiting from a pent-up demand for travel and customers booking ahead for their summer holidays. Yeah, everyone was, the pandemic and what have you, I suppose, and those other issues. It's not helping the bands, though, because they can't really, they can't tour, can they? No. Just like that German band who wanted to tour to the UK. Booked up gigs and what have you, and found that he got stopped, they got stopped at the border because they wanted additional paperwork. They did it one way, but apparently the actual border police, or, is it Frontex? Border control, decided that they're going to use this British Boards Control, a different system. Apparently they can use either, but they went for this other one and they weren't prepared for it, and they had to go home. So the gigs got cancelled. Huge amount of cost. They won't be doing that again, will they? No. Pretty much setting adrift for the UK's ability to import culture and ability to export culture as well. I find this really sad. As somebody who's worked in the industry, and what have you, had radio station and stuff like that. And we used to be on Sky Radio, and also online. Early days of the internet, not about 2002, 2003ish, and we used to promote a lot of unsigned bands, and that's what we used to do. You know, a different era. Things have changed now. There's all downloads and stuff like that. It was pretty much downloads then. Is really, to be fair, it was transitioning. But the idea of buying physical media, it was it's pretty gone now. Yeah, this sort of thing, that's actually gone up. Vinyl sales did actually increase. It's flatlined a little bit now, but it did increase for a while. And there's something about vinyl, not just about the sound of it, but also it's that tactile. It's tactile. It's something that you can hold. A bit like Anne Widdecombe. He said it's been like thin. It's like oh dear. Don't like that one. That poor geezer had the lifter. Yeah, had to do the lift. That ballroom dancing thing. Oh dear, scary fall. Do a ligament. So, anyway, back onto the old chat. Let's have a look at this chat. Where's my chat? Oh, here we go again. Oh, Joe. Nicola. Oh, also, I had my Kevin Slim's cheers, buddy. Hello from the sunny flatlands of Florida in the USA. Kevin's hello, Florida. Oh, how's it in Florida? As I think of California now. With what's it now? I'll be back filling in the potholes. Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger filling in potholes, which apparently service. The service things, yes, in the road. So the council had to go in and undo them all. I bet he felt a little silly. Oh, there you go. Anyway, look at Richie Sunak. He's falling in potholes. He is. He's staring at his pothole. Oh, it's a pothole. Well, don't know why you don't get to the views. Oh, I'll tell you, like David Lewis, most kind of you. Oh, I don't know. I think sometimes it's YouTube. I think because the way I present my videos, I think those who don't know me necessarily or watch all my video, they click off too. Yeah, I get a lot of people click off. It's me, you see. I'm the problem. People hate me. There. You get used to it. I tell you get used to it. So we need people. We do. That's what I'm saying. That is. We need people. We do need people. We can't actually get the jobs done, can we? As Michael O'Leary, he can't get the people. No, he can't get the people. And we're not making them anymore. Don't forget that one. We're not making them anymore. For various reasons. One's, the average, family, we used to be on 2 point something children or something, and now it's like 1, or below 1 or something, the average family. And we're not making them, so where are we going to get them from? We're going to import them from Africa, just to annoy the racists. Yeah. Nigeria seems to be a popular location, apparently. Meanwhile, we're sending people to Rwanda. Doesn't make any sense. Just so Rwanda can send people back. Exchange program. It doesn't make any sense at all. What the hell is going on? It's all about optics, you see. That's all it is optics. Is there just to nestle up to the racists. And I don't like racists. No. I really don't like racists. No. Especially after my granddaughters and my daughter was confronted by a racist old woman on a bus. Well, that's one instance. It's the one that always springs to mind. Yeah. Also, my son-in-law, Ken, who happens to be Nigerian, he's black. And my granddaughters are black. So blooming what? And they're on a bus. And this old woman come up to him. Says, "You're disgusting, you are." What? It's just I think that's probably one of the most shocking times. Yeah, my daughter's told me various things, but that's the most shocking. Why can't we just let people be people? It's just like all this hate towards LGBT at the moment, gender stuff like that. I do feel maybe we have to, I don't know, not suck up to what's the word, what's the word I'll come to me in a minute. But, it's just, you could, oh, and also, what was it, Manning? What's his name again? Manning. Bernard, was it Bernard Manning? The Australian geezer, the drag queen. Dame Edna Edridge, that's it. Dame Edna Edridge died. Another drag queen gone. Maybe it's the racists. And not racists, the homophobes out there doing it. Yeah. Well, hello, David Lewis. Don't know why you don't get the views because I'm awesome. I had to say that again, sorry. Oh, you made me happy. Oh, Mother Nature's Kitchen says Phil Morehouse is a clever guy. But Max is then. Oh, thank you. Phil Morehouse is a clever guy. He is a clever guy. I mean, he's not. Don't get me wrong. You know it. He's not my favourite person in the world, but not because I'm not gonna. I can't deny the fact that he is clever and he's clued up. I don't agree with his politics, because he's gone a little bit too far to the left, I think, personally. And but some people are. It's up to him. But as a person, I'm not that keen on as a person because I've had dealings behind the scenes with him, and he's always come over as rather, how to put it, a little bit arrogant. But there you go. We're all different, aren't we? And then it's me, she says. Mother Nature's Kitchen says, Phil Morehouse is a clever guy. Then you. But me, little old me. But Max is way behind. Max is, he's alright, Max is. Yeah, he's alright. I've dealt with Max as well, because I've been on some of his, when we've done live streams together and stuff, and he's always been, he's always been decent. As far as I can tell, anyway. He's probably behind the scenes. He's oh god, flipping Allshorts. He's right old. Probably. I won't be surprised. Well, I have to admit, a lot of people don't get me. They don't get me. But there you go. Say the V. Oh, there. Too long in the tooth to care, I suppose. That's kind of, becomes like your defence, your protection, your force field against hate. Because I do get some weird comments, People want to know if I've got hair. Because I wear a hat all the while. Yes, I've got hair. Okay, I'm receding a bit, but I just clip the whole lot off. Yeah. So what? What does it matter anyway? It's not going to make the world a better place if I got like these golden locks. No, not at all. Well, Austin Francis Boros filled his pockets. Then it was egg and potato. See you later. Yeah, that was. Filled his pockets and he got his golden trolley. Yeah. And the golden owl lantern and the golden wallpaper. There she was, trying to get that off the stubborn wall so I can melt it down. Like £1,000 a roll, the wallpaper. That's crazy. And Lord Brown down below, he paid for it. And some kind of bouncing money backwards and forwards and stuff. So, yeah. So it looked like donations into the Tory party, but in fact, no, it's just paid this flippin' flat renovation bill. Oh! Eric Davison says, hello, Eric. I hope you're well. Marcus, consider reaching out to those top like channels. I follow the Young Turks across the pond, and they have many contributors to the game. Oh, I see. Follow the Young Turks. Who are the Young Turks? I don't know who they are. Or is that I don't know. Or are they just Young Turks? I don't know. The thing is, one of the problems with any of these channels, such as this one, even Phil Morehouse's, Max Rose Spears, and what have you, is they have a more constrained potential audience because, talking about Brexit, British politics and stuff like that. And obviously, the population isn't huge, is it? It's not, it's not like India, is it? It's not China. Definitely not like the United States or the EU. No. Okay, you could argue that, maybe all the English-speaking countries would be, potentially interested, but no, you don't. You're not gonna. It's just not enough. There's not enough potential growth. So, but I was thinking about, at one point, I don't know, I'm not going to do it now, not on this channel anyway. I was thinking about diverting the channel into something else, just, going on a bit, a slow tangent into something like a transition period. The things I like to talk about are interesting. I'm interested about the environment and stuff like that. Nature, I don't mean Anne Widdecombe, no. She's gone to pasture. But, I'm talking about, the birds and the bees and stuff. No, not those things. No, not that one. No, I mean actually, the environment. I'm quite interested in all that, and it's a potentially it's a very large topic, isn't it? And also a large audience, because you're not just talking about one thing in particular, such as I seem to gone down this path regarding Brexit, and that wasn't what this channel originally was started for. It was literally shorts videos. That's what I started this channel. That was basically anything that was shorts videos. I was checking up. I did one video about James O'Brien. And the title's James O'Brien's a Snake, or something like that. I wasn't actually, I was being, I wasn't actually saying James O'Brien's a snake, but other people were. So I can't, anyway. And that video did quite well at the time, and then I went down that rabbit hole. There you go, say Livy. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. Yeah, I do, the only thing is, I'm not that interested in entertaining some of these other channels. If you talk about collabs and what have you, obviously not Phil Moore, he wouldn't have me anyway. But then, Max's channel. All the Max did ask me a few weeks ago, and I said I wasn't really ready for it at the moment, so I said no. And various others. I'd be more interested in actually doing conflabs with smaller channels. Like I've been on Snowflake Show before and stuff like that, because I think that kind of mutual benefit, and it's not about money necessarily, although everything's about money, because it is. We all have to survive. I have to survive in this channel, to keep it going. I need money coming in, otherwise I have to go and do something else. Money, obviously, I don't have a nest egg. No, I don't have a load of shares and some, a load of money in the Cayman Islands or something. No, not at all. And I certainly haven't done crypto. so I'd be more interested in the channels like, the smaller channels basically, like the Snowflake Show and stuff like that, because because they're a nice bunch of people, and I'm happy to help them, and it helped me as well, doesn't it? It's a bit of a two-way street, and it isn't. You're not dealing with greedy people, because some of these channels are greedy. I mean, they're really greedy. There they are earning quite considerable amounts of money from views, and yet they want to do memberships and stuff. Yeah, and I don't have a problem with memberships, but I wouldn't want to exclude people from being able to comment, in the chat and stuff like that. And it's kind of, I think that's a bit much. And that's what Phil Morehouse has done, so I've been told. I haven't been on this channel for a long time, so I can't really say. Anyway, where was I? What Swift said? I can't read that. And Anna Kasparian. So Sengar. Oh, there we go. Michael Lambert. He's a nice guy. I like Michael. I've spoken to him a few times, Michael Lambert. He's got his head screwed on as well. He's done well, hasn't he, with his videos? He don't put a lot out, but Michael Lambert's videos are quite long, and I think he does about one a week or something, doesn't he? I don't watch him every week though. First time I saw his videos, I was like, "What now?" It's like his head was like that. It's just screened. His head was like that. Oh, that was so funny. But the content's good. He'd make a good podcast. He ought to actually list his podcasts as well, really. Bowler Hat Man, he's another guy. Actually, he did contact me a while ago about doing a live stream together. I would be interested in Bowler Hat Man, as long as it's not all about the Labour Party, because I'm finding it very hard to fit. I'm going to vote Labour, obviously, for obvious reasons, more tactical than anything else. But I find it very difficult to go full on Labour at the moment, because I just don't agree with everything they say, and especially don't agree with their stance on Brexit, as you can probably tell. I've said it before anyway. Joa says, Phil, The sleeping monarchist pill. Thanks for that, Joe. Oh dear. And I'd like to say thank you to everybody, because I do actually I do like to say thank everybody who actually comments on the videos, because I do actually read the comments. Some of you already know, because I do try. I can't reply to them all, obviously. I try my best to make sure I like and what have you. Just confirm that I've actually read them. But I can't actually comment every single. It's just not possible. There's quite a few comments between across all the amount of videos that I put up, so it's almost impossible to reply to every single one. But I do actually read them, so that I do. Well, I might miss the odd one, obviously. Get to the chopper. I live in California, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was the worst. Oh, was he? I don't know, to be honest. He's a bit into environment, though, wasn't he? So I'm up for that. So I saw a posting by a Tory MP yesterday, and in the comments were two Brexiters that asked for a political union and freedom of movement within Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and UK group. Oh my giddy aunt! So it wasn't okay to have freedom of movement with the EU, but they want freedom of movement with Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Australia's got a points-based system. They're not gonna change all that, are they? No. And if they offer it with one country, they're gonna have to do it with all of them. They can't just do it with the UK. The people are just so stupid. I love you! Hans Vadson Doc says, I love you too. I love everybody, unless they're Brexiters. No, I just want to slap them. Sorry. Oh dear. It's one of the reasons why I don't go back to the UK, because I got a big mouth. And I can't help myself. I end up saying things, and it's kind of like, yeah, causes problems. Just like that. I get myself into a bit of a predicament. And I'm not an aggressive man. I just got a big mouth. I like women too much to be racist, says Joe. I don't blame you. Oh, I'm married. Oh dear. Need to keep it that way as long as I can. I can't see it change, to be fair. Afternoon, folks, says the vicar. Oh my God, did you get arrested, vicar? Did you get locked up for 5 weeks for sitting in the road? Because I know a vicar that did. Barry Humphries. Phil, the sleep monarchist Bill. He feels boring. I suppose he is. I'm a bit lunatic. I can help it. I get a bit excitable. Phil is the sitting dead. Poor Phil. Oh, one thing that annoys me, I've got a decent microphone, what have you. I've invested it in for this channel. I didn't buy it otherwise. I don't have it anyway. It's like all this gear here. I bought it for this channel, and the cameras and stuff. Bought it for the channel. But Phil, he's always really, really grey. I don't understand what's going wrong there. I don't understand someone who's obviously earning a very nice packet out of his channel, and he doesn't invest in it. I know he bought that shed thing, so he can then do his videos in his what he calls a studio. It's like a shed, and it's like has he got his blinds yet? During the pandemic, he's struggling to get hold of blinds for his shed, which is a studio. But it didn't improve his videos. No, it's just still grey. I don't know what's going on there. I really don't. I don't understand it. Swift says Maximilian Spears. He's all right. Yeah, he's not a bad bloke. Bowl Hat Man, he's a lovely guy. He's quite funny though. He's did his green screen. He had green in his t-shirt. He had the hole in him. Literally a round hole in the middle. What's going on there? Oh dear. I'm not keen on doing green screen through software such as OBS and stuff like that. I find it's a little bit fringy in the sense you get a lot of fringing around the edges and stuff. I have done green screen before in some of my videos, but I edit my green screen. So it's you create layers. So you basically do recording in front of a green layer, then you add your background to it, so behind you. Yeah. Everything's done layers, and it's the best way to do a thing called Delta Care, and I use a software called DaVinci Resolve 18, and it's a brilliant bit of software, and it's used by the industry. So it takes it's a big learning curve. So it's tougher to get your head around than like Adobe Premiere and some of the other bits of software, or Filmora and various others. It's quite complicated. Once you know how to get your head around, which I've learned, it's good software. Allows you to do lots and lots of different things. You know, they do a free version as well, which is quite good. It's not cut down, you just can't have all the extras that come with it. Hello, son of a Viking, I hope you're well, my friend. Didn't see you down there. It wasn't me, Gov. No. Having never worked with Phil on a video or shorts is in the position to make a comment on Allshorts is in the position to make a comment on Phil, which is fair enough, but it would be good to see Phil and Allshorts patch things up. Yeah, that's fair enough, Ben Riddens. Yeah. Yeah, I get your point. Yeah, I suppose. I ain't got a problem with him in that sense. I'd be happy to, with anybody, really. But we don't really, I don't think we see eye to eye. I think what it is Phil doesn't like the fact that I take the piss out of people. And he's pretty much said that. He said that live, actually, in one of the live streams. I think it was on the daily Sunday roast or something. I think it was Sunday roast or something coffee or something it's called at the time. Anyway, whatever it was at the time, and that really got my back up because I knew what he meant because he said it behind the scenes as well. So he's a bit arrogant. So the van man doesn't like when you say gammon in the comments, so I stopped watching. Really? Does he think it's a racist term? Because it's got nothing to do with racism whatsoever. It's more about, it's referring to angry old men who get red in the face, generally. Chunky Mark. God, you know what? I was watching. I don't always watch his videos actually, but I watched one that I have to admit that tickled me. Ready to tickle me because he puts his little because it gets your head's little cogs turning, what have you. You've got a point there. Other times he's just laughing and taking the piss and just using the F word a lot, But he's always got sunglasses on, even though he's in the house. Actually, I don't know if he does it like I do. I don't know if you know, I've got two lights here at the moment. I've got these two big old lights up top here. You see how bright that is? Yeah, that one there. You see my hand? Sorry about the microphone. How bright that is, and that's glaring in your eyes constantly. So when I'm wearing. I ain't got one at the moment, but I suffer a bit with dry eye syndrome because I do a lot of screen work, and it makes your eyes sore. And it just constantly streaming because you've got these flipping lights glaring at you because you do need quite a lot of light for video. It might be where Phil Morehouse is going wrong. But yeah, he's always got his sunglasses on. I don't get it. Sometimes he's in bed like them with sunglasses on. And he likes his art as well, don't he? He does a lot of watercolours and stuff. He's actually pretty good. Got like art, like drawing. So yeah, it would be good to see. Yeah, cheers for that, Ben. New Zealand is one of the countries in the world where millions of folk would love to live. These days, laugh out loud, the UK got no chance with that one. When half of the Pacific want to live there. That's a good point, actually. You'll have to fight your way to the door, wouldn't you? Ben Riddings, that's a good channel too. Ben Riddings, what do you say? Ben. Oh, like by any means necessary. Yeah, they're good. I have to admit, I don't watch as many videos as I used to because I was just getting completely overwhelmed with it. So I was just focusing on what I'm doing. Roast beef. Roast beef. Idiots. Yeah, gammons. Yeah. Just saying says, I love your production videos. I'm glad you keep the Max Headroom. Yeah, I love Max Headroom. Well, it's from my childhood as well. I just it's so funny. Huh? It is brilliant, Max Headroom. It's kind of everything AI and stuff like that we got today, and it's kind of that it's a blast from the past, but it's also quite current as well. Yeah, I like the production videos. It's they do take quite a while to do, and when you only get a few views on them, you think, I don't know, why do I bother with that? You know what I mean? And then you do another one, and it's done quite well. And sometimes you do a video, and it didn't take you no time at all to make, and it goes silly. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes there really isn't. The problem is, I suppose, for me, it's okay. So what I think is funny or what I like isn't necessarily what everybody else likes, and also the algorithm doesn't necessarily push it either. So there's that to it as well, I suppose. Dystopia warning! Oh my god, yes. Post-Brexit dystopia. where we're heading. Set ourselves adrift, unfortunately. Kevin Slims and Graham Hughes. Oh, I know about Graham Hughes. I've slept in very close proximity to Graham Hughes. And he snores. He does. Sorry. And swears a lot. Oh dear. There's some things I can tell you about Graham Hughes, that there is. Some good, some bad. When you spend 6 weeks on an island with him, you get to know that you do. I do like Graham, he's alright. How about you and Super Tansky doing the food streams? I don't know if she gets me either. She's very Labour though as well. But she's funny though, isn't she? She's a clever girl. She really is. She gets a lot of abuse online. Just isn't warranted. Probably because she's doing well. But she does get a lot of abuse. You know, people taking the mick at her, what she looks like and stuff like that. She's a good looking girl. I don't know, you know. And they just say how ugly she is and stuff like that. She's not. You know. I think it's because they think it hurts her. And it's just an attack, isn't it? It's just quite pathetic, really. And, yeah, they're all snowflakes. That's what it is. Them on the right are the biggest snowflakes of them all. Yeah, all the haters out there, they're all snowflakes. We have been messing around with chat AIs in our guild Discord. Oh, have you? I have to admit, it's flipping clever stuff, isn't it? We now got, flipping hell, Musk and his exploding rocket. And now we've got Musk and his, was it Truth AI or something it's going to be called. He's setting up his own AI now. He even flipping invested in ChatGPT, 100 odd million, didn't he? And he decided, don't like this. It conflicts with, with the, what do you call it? Oh, it was driverless cars. It's got sort of an AI system. Yeah. She's hilarious. She is hilarious. She's clever. The way she does it, if you're talking about Super Tansky, she is clever. You know, because it's not easy, you know. Making these videos isn't easy. And try and bring everything together to make it so it has a beginning, middle, and end to try and draw people through the videos, getting them watching as long as possible. You know, and she's starting to do a few longer videos now, hasn't she, as well? And it's quite difficult. You know, a lot of videos, you know, about 3 minutes before, weren't they? Regarding the TikTok type videos. But yeah, she's a bright girl. She really is. More whiskey needed. I don't want to they talks, what that is. I'm a sub of the Young hello, old Tralou. You're a sub of the Young Turks. Everyone's talking about the Young Turks. I don't know if I've even seen it. I might have done. I can't remember. I don't recollect. 3 engines failed at launch on a massive rocket. Yeah, you could see it, couldn't you? As it going up, there's like 3 engines. They went fired. So obviously it's stabilisation or something going on, or the fuel was going in the wrong direction and blew up. I don't know. Something happened. A bit like that. What was it now? The which one was it now? Oh, the shuttle, space shuttle. Because an O-ring. Just because of one O-ring, and it blew up and killed those astronauts. Luckily, there was no one on this ship, was there? So it was a test launch, wasn't it? So I really don't follow. Oh, Owen Joe's. He's very left, isn't he? He's a Corbynite, wasn't he? So I wonder if he's a Pearsonite. A Piers Corbynite, maybe. I don't know. Oh, that'd be kryptonite. We would all love a socialist ideal in some form, and consistent Labour bashing can get weary. Oh, I'm not going to bash Labour. I'm just not actually that way inclined at the moment. He ain't brought me on board. Not yet. I had really high hopes, actually, for Keir Starmer. Oh, I did. And we do need a socialist government. We do. Sort of yeah, we do. The only thing is, they're not really socialists, are they, under Keir Starmer? It's essential, but I'll get heading right central. I think that all potential governments are shifted to the right. You've got Labour's shifted to the right. You've got Tories are shifted flipping out to the right, and now you've got flipping Nazi parties as well, haven't you? You know, the British First Party and all that. My God, them and all. He's got the flipping Russian flag on his profile. What? Maybe it's just red, white, and blue or something. Maybe that's what it is. I just thought it was something to do with Britain. I don't know. Or maybe he thought it was the Dutch flag. Vic Berger does comedy videos in the US, politics, and I wish for the UK had a British version, says Ben. Cool. The Vic says the engine failures were due to the concrete on the launch pad breaking up and hitting the underneath side of the rocket. Blimey, didn't it grow back? Ask Mike Graham. I didn't know that. I haven't actually read into it. So the engine failures were due to the concrete on the launch pad breaking up and hitting the underneath side of the rocket. Do you reckon they might have got the Italian mafia to, get that concrete mixed? Maybe. It's kind of what happened to the bridges and stuff and the motorways in Italy, doesn't it? Eh? Could be. Watch Scott Manley's YouTube for all the rocket and space stuff. Oh, Scott Manley. It does actually interest me. I'm not particularly keen on Elon Musk. I think he's a bit of he's obviously not an idiot, but I think it's a bit loony. But I do admire his tenacity in the sense of the science and what he's brought to science. And the environment as well. Only 25 billion? Is that all? Okay. Scott Manley. Take my notes that I will be going in a minute, because I did say 1 hour. It's gone to 2 hours nearly again. Can't stop me. Can't stop talking. Like they do. Maybe don't use concrete. Yeah, maybe I should have some heat shields, ceramic heat shields on there or something. That might have made some sense. Phil's due to cover Tuesdays and Thursdays. Hopefully Graham Who's old videos when it was his channel are still there. No. I don't think you find they will be. If you're talking about his podcast videos, because Graham started like pubcasts again. That is a pubcast video. Sorry. In the when you do, remember you do the with Kieran the van driver. I think he did a couple of episodes, didn't he? But obviously Graham Who's and another guy and a few other people they get on occasionally as well. And they were really successful videos. They were good videos. Didn't earn a lot, so Graham was telling me. But he ended up sending them all to private because I forgot his name now. Oh my god, the guy, the economist guy, the trade expert that was on that show as well. Well, there was a problem. Yeah, all went tits up. The relationship just went completely utterly sour. So basically this geezer was literally trying to take them all to court. Anyway, Graham, as a result, just had to take the videos down. So it is, I suppose. Quite a shame, really, because they started doing the podcast and he's interviewing Labour people. Yeah, Labour MPs. And more the low-key Labour MPs at the moment. They've got no one sort of like potential shadow cabinet type MPs yet. But I'm sure that'll come, because I have to admit, Graham's actually quite good at that. Interviewing people like that. And that he sort of relaxed atmosphere. And there's I have to admit, he is pretty good at that. Yeah. Jennifer says Elon is a twat with money. Ooh, yep, and with great marketing skills, he's clever. You know, he's clever, and he's made more money from what money he's had. I admire him for that. I do. Well, I think he's just turned into another narcissist. That's basically, he just cares more about himself now. I think he says he doesn't, but I think he does. Yeah, he wants to be cool. Putting on a bit of weight as well, isn't he? A bit like me. Although I've lost a bit. They didn't have diverting channels under the rocket, and it was just a flat concrete this time. And the next launch was having exhaust diverters in the launch pad. Why wouldn't they know that, Vicar? The Vicar. Why wouldn't they know that? They've already launched enough rockets to know that it would be a problem. Bit crazy, isn't it? Kevin Slims. I don't know much about Owen Jones. I liked a tweet of his, followed, and a few more than unfollowed. Owen Jones, is he also the editor, isn't he, for The Guardian, if I remember rightly. He's all right, I suppose. He's just a bit. It's just too left for me. Just too left. I want a socialist, but not that kind of that, you know. Because you know what they say. If you go far enough to the left, you end up on the right, and vice versa. So Musk looks like a serpentine lord of the Conan the Barbarian novels, and he has one long hair wave from Tulsa Doom. Oh my God, the Conan the Barbarian. Oh crikey, Arnie Schwarzenegger. Oh dear, they were the days. I remember them well. Oh God, what's happened? It just feels like a shit past the night. I just can't remember. It's just so much stuff has happened since. Phil's due to cover Turks. What have we got on there? Oh, I don't scroll that down there. Right, here we go. Oh, by the way, I'm live tomorrow as well at 9 p.m. my time, 8 p.m. your time in the UK, that is. But in the EU, yeah, or France, what have you. Paris mean time or Paris or prison time, otherwise, anyway, time here. It'll be 9 o'clock for me. Because NASA knew it, so Musk thought he is smarter. So you're talking about arrogance, aren't you, then, I suppose? Yeah, the rocket was supposed to go into separation and never did. Yeah, I was watching that. It's just, it's not supposed to go like that. Yeah, something not quite right. So the rocket was supposed to go into separation but didn't. Chat you out. What did Chat you out say in response to Chat you out? I watched the Queen's funeral on Waterford Whispers News with Bill Badbody doing the commentary. And replied to that. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, that have never done either. Wasn't going to follow it at all. No, I'm not interested. If you talk about the coronation, I'm not interested in the coronation, and I wasn't interested in the funeral. Okay, the other woman's passed away, you know, as in the Queen or what have you. Well, obviously that's sad, but that happens to us all eventually, doesn't it? And I'm sure my neighbour wasn't in the news, and I'm sure there wasn't a great big funeral for him. No, it was just a little old funeral, quite a private affair. Yeah. So that's the way I see it. And as far as the coronation is concerned, it's just a massive waste of everybody's money when people are suffering and they can't even, heat their homes. When it was freezing cold. Okay, it should be warming up a bit now, hopefully. Well, it's been raining. There's rain this weekend. Well, tonight, anyway. Last night it was raining. So it hasn't rained today, but it's a bit grey outside. Hence, I'm in here. Yeah, I didn't want my gear getting wet. No. Not that gear. No. Oh, you dirty devils, you. No. I bow before no man or God, and you are no God. Conan Barbarian, yeah. That could be the king. Anyone want to buy Twampy NFT? He has some new ones. Oh my God, yeah. Oh God, non-fungible something assets or something. Non-fungible something. Anyway, it's pictures of of Donald Trump. That's what Sir Larry Cat has gone on about. Donald. Oh God, I wonder if we can find them. Let's just see if I can find them before I have to go. Donald Trump. Oh my God, has anyone seen these things? I mean, they're sold out as well. People bought them. Oh my God. NFT. Oh God, there we go. Oh, they're horrendous. Collect Trump cards, NFTs. That's news. He broke silence on the Instagram so he could promote these cards. They sold out. 47 of them. 47,000 of them. Sorry. 47,000 of these things. Anyway, let's put that over there so I can then show you. There's any pictures of them? Oh, there is. Oh, they're horrendous. I mean, they're absolutely horrendous. Anyway, so Donald Trump, he breaks silence on Instagram to promote his NFTs, but critics say the art is rather cringy. Oh, you don't say. They're awful. A whopping 47,000 pieces of digital art have been released, and in one of them, the former president stands with his arms folded behind a roaring lion. We'll see it in a minute. Yeah, I'll show you. Sat on top of a globe. God's like, God. Yeah, okay.
Like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Yeah, he's very clever, that one. No, he's not. Oh, God's sake, but look at these. So there's a lion, the roaring a lion on top of a globe, and they're standing with his arms crossed. Yeah, power. He wants over the world. He wants to be like the world king. A bit like Alexander Boris Pfeffel Johnson said that he wanted to be the king of the world. And you got one there's Elvis. What the hell is going on with this man? There again, they sold 47,000 of them, right? $100 a pop, $99 a pop. Someone do the math. What? It's going to be what? Oh, you just add a couple of noughts to the end, can't you? What would that be? Well, anyway, so 47,000. It'd be like 4 million quid or something. Oh, I don't have a lot of money. 5 million quid. Anyway, Donald Trump has released a second collection of non-fungible tokens as the 2024 presidential race heats up. Surreal pieces of digital. You've probably done it on ChatGPT. Probably. Oh no, on the art one. What's the art one? I can't. It's called now. But the surreal pieces of digital art. It could be AI art, and the former president, or as George Washington, as a chess piece, a lion wrangler, but not at the same time. A total of 47,000 of them were made available at a cost of $99 each. That's 80 quid. Yeah. And the collection sold out in 24 hours. 47,000 of them. They sold out in a day. I'm sorry, is this America? Have you gone stark raving mad? Yes. Well, but their arrival has caused the value of NFTs from the first collection, and another one, to fall sharply. Now, Trump promoted his new collection on Instagram on what was the first post of a social media network since his ban following the Capitol riots. Well, actually, he's also live again back on Twitter as well, but he hasn't posted anything since the Capitol riots, basically, or since Biden got in. Anyway, in the video, he described the NFTs as beautiful and the greatest trading cards in history. The greatest. With incredible artwork that depicts him as a rock star. Oh. Look at that. Ain't they lovely? Well, not everyone was overwhelmed with the quality of the non-fungible tokens, though, with some describing the artwork as cringy. Anyone who bought 47 of these NFTs at a cost of $4,700 would have been eligible for dinner with Trump at the Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. Did you buy one? Did you get one? Did you have a meal with Donald Trump? A bit of hamburger. It'll be a Big Mac or something. And estimates suggest that the Trump, he made $800,000 through the sale of his first collection, and may receive a similar windfall from this second. It'd be more than that, wouldn't it? 47,100 quid a pop. Molly Jane Zuckerman, opinion editor at the crypto news site Blockwords, told Sky News, everyone who says that the NFT market is dead is quite wrong. The fact that this particular collection sold out as quickly as it did is proof that people are still willing to buy literally anything if it's an NFT, non-fungible token. Oh my God, madness. This is absolute madness. They're awful. Absolutely awful. Well, you got Elon Musk, haven't you, as well? He'll be doing non-fungible assets next. You can imagine him. He'll be standing behind that globe with a golden lion on the top. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. And you got talking about Twitter. Oh, one of the founders of Twitter, one of the owners of Twitter, well, he's starting up a new Twitter. Yeah, new Twitter to combat Twitter. I can't remember what he's going to call it now. It's something. Anyway, there's a new Twitter. It's going to be coming out, and it's not really a competitor to Mastodon. I found Mastodon rather clunky and problematic. After time, I couldn't even log into the flipping thing, so I stopped using it and just carried on with Twitter. But if there's another version of Twitter that is more user friendly, Twitter's easy, isn't it? It's easy and more of a socially driven platform. Because I want it to be open source, you see. Unlike Twitter, obviously, it's going to be all open source. So that'd be interesting. They're testing it this year, so it might be available. Or they're saying it will be available by the end of this year. That's what they're saying. I can't remember the name of the guy. But anyway, I read it yesterday, so it might be true. Rather have a meal with He'd rather have a meal with Satan himself. What, the drummer on Tenacious D? Everything is always the bestest. He is so jealous of his. Oh my god, he just. Oh my god, can you imagine it? On a meal with Donald Trump. I bet he wouldn't even turn up. Just like he didn't at the Capitol riots. He went the other way. He went back home and watched it on the big screen, egged them on the big screen. They are very cringy, yes they are. According to Trumpy, they sold out. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe they did. Maybe they did. Don't know. I can't say if they did or if they didn't. I'll just go by what I read. Dame Edna, no going to the coronation. Not for Dame Edna, no. Dame Edna's gone. Died. 89. Quite old, obviously, but 89. The Waterford Whispers news annuals are great for Christmas presents. Ooh. According to Trumpy, they sold out. Yeah, they were very cringy. 5 million approximately 5 million. That works out. I thought it was about that. 4.75 million or something like that. That's a lot of flipping money. It's just nuts. He obviously needs it for his campaign, you see. Yeah, to become the next president of... hopefully, it would be rather funny. If he does become president of the United States, he'll be doing it from his jail cell. Let's hope. Because that would be rather, well, humorous. Is that even allowed? Is there anything to stop it happening? He'd be locked up and be president of the United States. Oh dear. Twampy, ever the grifter. That he is. He's such a con. You aren't wrong there. Annette, Alex. Is there one Trump touching up his daughters? Oh, God's sake. I can't believe he said that. He pretty much said that he'd give her one if... it's quite a disgusting term anyway, but, give her one if it wasn't his daughter. Well, there's recordings of him, and well, grab her by the you-know-whats. Not his daughter, but, when he was in his travel bus. He didn't have 350 million quid written on, a week written on the side to the NHS, no. Everything is always bestest, and he's all jealous of others. Like 450 quid to Trump. Yep, in his head. Is Charles paying for his party? No, he's not paying for his party. You need me.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm going to sign off in a minute anyway. I did say an hour. It's gone to 2 hours again.
All right. On the pizza bases, I'm like
We made pizza bases. Okay. I'll come and give you a hand then. Anyway, I'm going to have to call that it because we've got people here. And I've got to make pizza. And be sociable. Not me. I'll try. Oh, make pizza, own pizza. So we don't buy the pizza, we make our own. Even our own tomatoes for the sauce and that. And all that as well. Although I do like cooking. Yeah, this is the second bunch of FF tangible, fungible things. Yeah. Tokens, tangible, fungible, TFT. Yeah, fungible. Oh, whatever they are, them things. Scroll up, just missed anybody. That's a new. I've still got 47 people there. Oh, that's nice. It's very nice actually of everyone who's there. So they said, "Hello, Mrs. Allshorts." She probably didn't hear me because her hearing aid. Her hearing's quite dull. I'll tell her in a minute. Are we there Sunday? So we're going live tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK time and 9 p.m. here in the EU. So if you want to join us then, it'll be. I don't know what I'm talking about yet. I'll come up with something, I'm sure. And I might just wing it. I don't know. We'll see. See what we do. I might be dressed more appropriately. I don't know. I'm planting trees, you see. It's got that GoFundMe thing, and we're doing, planting trees. Pretty cool. So anyway, so I thought, sociable, what's that? I don't know. But we're all anti-social after the pandemic, aren't we? So yeah, so I'm going to have my dinner. Well, I've got to make it first, or help make it. I did promise, so I better go and do that. So, thank you very much for coming. It is very much appreciated. I hope everybody has a lovely weekend. I hope to see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. in the UK, that is. Well, don't forget, if you haven't done so already, please beat the like button, because it helps the channel, It really does. Oh, too social. Too social. Okay. Oh, dear me. Where's my buttons? I need to find my buttons. I'm always pressing buttons. Just not the missus buttons. No, not apparently. Not these days. Oh dear. It's because how I look. Is that how I speak? Is it what I say? It might be. Well, it's time to go, I suppose. Well, what can I... Oh, I wonder if I can give you something to... Oh, maybe not that one. Oh, not that one. Obviously got him. This is the token dancing kid. Is he an NFT? He's a non-tangible... No, he's a non-tangible asset, or... he's not a token, is he? He's quite small. One way. Gets me every time. Well, anyway, have a lovely weekend, and I hope to see you tomorrow. So, I need to have some more video clips. That I do. Ta-ta.